I used to care about what other people thought of me. I would have this tremendous anxiety. It was really important. And if somebody would say something bad about me, it would just crush me. I'd buy into what they said. But that's not the case anymore. I'm not worried about what other people think of me. It's really none of my business what's in their thoughts. But I do care about what other people think. And so I care because it's important from the part of I want to be helpful to people. So that's the reason why I care. I care because it justifies what I'm doing in my future. But I don't idolize anybody anymore. I used to idolize people. I'd idolize a pastor. I'd idolize a political official. I would idolize a businessman that was hitting it out of the ballpark. And now I don't do that anymore because anybody that you idolize will let you down. And I've come to learn that. And since I've changed my perspective on that, it makes learning and seeing people as they are easier. I don't have frustration with it. And if I have a situation where I have a conflict with somebody that doesn't need to be resolved or can't be resolved, I don't sweat it. It's no big deal. They can go on and live their life and I'll go on and live my life. But if there's something that I've done, I like to work it out. Or if there's something that can be worked out, I like to work it out. But again, I'm not responsible for somebody else. And they're not responsible for me. And I can't fix somebody else. And they can't fix me. So how I came to that is working through recovery. And my faith played a significant portion of that. And I know that some of the people that are watching my videos are not faith-based people. And that's fine. That's your thing. I'm okay with that. But I am going to share with you what works for me and what I've witnessed working in others who I've had the pleasure to spend time with either through recovery or just knowing them, or knowing them at church, or knowing them in everyday life. And I'm not about saying you have to believe what I believe. That's not important, because you have to believe what you're going to believe regardless of what I or anybody else thinks. And if you choose to change your mind or to look at a different way of seeing things, then if you want to take my experience or the experiences that I've witnessed in others as a guide to help you along your journey, by all means, I would love to be a part of that if that's what you want. So, my faith took away my fear that I had with being around people. I used to have a lot of anxiety being out in big groups, and while I'm not a huge fan of going to parties and so on and being in large social events, I'd prefer more one-on-one relationships or just a couple of people. I find myself enjoying those types of relationships a lot better. I always have. But I'm good even in large groups now. And that's something that I struggled with before. And my faith has helped me with that. it didn't happen overnight. It came in baby steps, but it built up with self-esteem and self-confidence and just being secure with who I am and not having to worry about living up to somebody else's expectations. I'm focusing on Christ. That's where I get my security from. And that's my higher power. And I haven't been let down with that. And that makes it really easy to relate to other people and to work with other people, because whatever they do does not have a bearing on my success or my failure in the respect of how I want to handle things. So I can choose to be around people, or I can choose to be by myself, and that's okay. When I was developing the relationship with Christ, I thought, well, maybe that's all I need. I read the Bible and I can stay into myself, but I found out community is a part of that, and relationships with other people is a part of that, because you can be a part of giving and helping other people, and that will help you to feel more secure. And that's what happened. So I guess that's why I push community, and that's why I'm talking about my faith. How are you? So I hope that helps. I did certain things to grow, and one of them was I literally read the Bible from cover to cover. I did it in 7 weeks, which is extremely fast and doesn't allow you to grasp a lot of the detail that's in the Bible, but it gives you an overview of what's in there. But I went and read a gospel a day while walking and reading it on my iPhone in the Bible app. And I did that, a gospel a day, for 32 days straight. That's reading it 8 times through. Now, I've read the Gospels through probably 12 or 13 times, maybe more. And that had a profound change in my life, because it just gave me a lot more security when I focused in on it. And I grew through every reading. And that was a real pivotal game changer for me. So, there's lots of other things that contributed to that. Going through and doing the discipleship classes it is extremely helpful. And I led or facilitated the discipleship group, different ones, 10 times through. So I've done that quite a bit. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. And I've met so many people, and I've watched so many people change from that. So with that, I'm going to leave it at there for tonight. But that's a high level of how my faith has helped conquer my fear. And the fear, I want to be clear, the fear is what other people would think of me, or the fear is being around other people in large groups. And I no longer had that fear anymore. I feel comfortable, even in situations where it wouldn't necessarily be a comfortable situation. I know that I have I have Christ walking with me every time, and I know that I'm going to be fine. You know, even when I'm going into a situation where I'm not prepared, I know I'm going to be fine. And that's how my life is now. And actually, I love it. It's great. You know, I can't imagine doing videos every day 3 years ago. I wouldn't have done it. Even though I wanted to, I wouldn't have done that. And now, I have no fear. I'm not worried about it. I put it out there. It's interesting to hear or to read some of the comments. Because I don't think I'm being totally clear on everything, but that's okay. That will help me grow. I'm just getting started here. I'm like, I think 17 or 18 days in on making videos every day while walking. So I'm going to be beginning to post additional videos, and they may be shorts, they may be on other topics that won't be walking videos. So they'll be done in my studio, and look for that to come soon. So with that, I'm going to end the video for today. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a blessed day. We'll see you tomorrow.